a lot on defense, pretty much everyone. JR and Richard, kind of the two guys that stay out there the most. Kind of what do they bring to this defense in terms of the guys that are out there pretty much every play throughout a game?
Oh man, they bring like leadership, especially like the two safeties that we got, Richard and JR. Like they just always back there. They know what's going on. They help out anybody back there. Like, oh man, like JR. If you see on film, JR running down, he communicating with everybody, telling everybody do this, do that. Like he's the leader back there, so we all gotta listen. I mean, I know pretty much we all listen to him.
I know they played in that game last year, and you didn't. You know, have they been telling the corners and other secondary members this week kind of what Joe Burrow brings, what to expect from him, that kind of stuff?
Oh yeah. We always. I know that we meet. I know that we all meet together. We all watch film. We all break down stuff together and all this and all that. So now that I know that we watching film from last year, we watching film for this year, just breaking down everything that they do really.
And Michael Barnett said yesterday one of the things literally the count brings is just Richard being Richard. Kind of what does Richard being Richard mean?
Richard being Richard is like pretty much he's gonna go out there. And you know how Richard is. Like he'll go out there. He's wild. He's a head hunter. And like, hey man, if you see ball, you go to see Rich. Rich is always somewhere near ball and all this, and that's just pretty much Rich.
All right, Eric, I got to ask you. You've been positive about everybody we've asked you about all season. If we want to hear something negative from you, what do we got to ask you about?
Negative? Ooh. It got to be something to do with food. Other than that, I try to be a positive person.
What's the worst you say about food? You have food you hate? Anything that?
I would easily say I hate broccoli. Broccoli and cheese. Karia try to force me to get like I know she try to throw some veggies in there, but like, nah, Karia, I'm sorry. I am not eating no veggies today. I don't know if we ever get past that stage, but veggies not going on my plate.
What do you think these matchups look like for you guys in the secondary with what they have at wide out, the 4 and 5 wides? And
oh yeah, I'm saying they match up real good. Like I know they got some real good wide receivers out there. They got 2 over 1,000 yards, and then they got some people coming back, and then they just cause mismatches any everywhere, and you just gotta pray for the best and just match up with them.
Yeah, you guys
pray for the best. Is that? I mean, what about you guys? Have the talent?
Oh yeah, of course. Like we got the talent and everything, and after that, we just gotta go out there. We gotta do our assignment. We gotta lock in, and we gotta keep watching film, and pretty much like we are right now.
It seems like that, particularly since Tyson has gotten back. I mean, you guys go a lot of man. You turn your back and cover a lot. Do you believe that this team can cover LSU better than any other team that's attempted to cover them to this point? I mean,
like of course, especially as a unit, like we believe like we the best people out there. We believe like we the best DB core. We just you always gotta have that confidence going, and you gotta go against anybody, especially deal with DB. You out there pretty much on your own. So now that if you don't got the confidence, it's pretty hard to play.
In practice, what do you see out of Dominic Blaylock?
Of a sure catcher. Like I mean, if a ball comes to him, you already know. Like, hey man, it's caught. Like, hey, you gotta be right there. You pretty much gotta hit the ball in order for him not to catch it. So I mean, he just is a for sure. He's just a for sure type of guy.
And then obviously you guys have a big game on Saturday. But would you say this has been a successful season for Georgia?
Of course. Like we all out here, we having fun. You can see it in the locker room out there pretty much every game. We pretty much we having fun. We turn on music. We turn it on. We just like it's just like a environment. Like everybody just love here, and we just love playing right, and we just love playing right now.
How much do you think the defense is looking forward to the challenge? LSU's getting so much attention nationally, rightfully so when you look at their statistics. But you know, to kind of show for yourselves that you can be as good as the guys on the other side of the ball.
Oh man, we really are confident. I know that this is a big stage. It's the SEC championship. Like I mean, like pretty much this is where everybody want to be at. I know like a lot of people wish they could be here and all this, and we just gotta embrace the moment. We gotta take it day by day, and just pretty much be. And we just gotta do our assignments, and everything else should settle itself out.
Give me a general scouting report on Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase, 1,000 yards. He's 1,000 yards receiver. You already know, like he calls it mismatch. He's a great 50-50 ball. Like I know Joe Burrow. Like, hey man, if I know that if anything go out, he's going to Chase. Chase is like a for sure type of guy, and he always get open somehow. Like you just gotta make sure that you gotta plaster him. You gotta find a way to just go ahead and stop Chase, because Chase is a real a dynamic player.
Is it his moves or his speed that gets him open, which generally?
Pretty much like he's a bigger body that people really don't I know people really don't see. Like he's a bigger type of body. I know that he got some speed on it. He got some moves on it. So you just really just got to be patient with him. You just got to do every little thing that you can to slow him down.
You guys are pretty big competitors. I know as athletes come to Georgia, you say you come to these big schools to play in these big games against these great players. Is there, who are some specific guys that you're really looking forward to that you recognize, hey, those guys are ballers, I'm looking forward to seeing what I can do against them?
Pretty much like every week, especially dealing with in the SEC. Like you already know that you got somebody good going against you every single week. So I know that every week is a big challenge, especially here in the SEC. Like I know that every different week you got a different type of wide receiver. I know that one week it might be pure speed, and the next week it's just pure body, and you just got to man up. So it's just real deal. It varies.
And how much respect, do you have for these specific LSU receivers, looking at them thinking do you ever see their highlights on Instagram thinking oh yeah, I'm looking forward to playing these guys, and how excited are you to get to test yourself against them?
Oh man, this is a real deal exciting moment, especially dealing this a big stage. You know everybody gonna be watching, and you just gotta just be you gotta man up and just go ahead and embrace it, because I know they got a tremendous wide receiver core, and they just ready to go to war too.
Is there anything special about Mercedes-Benz Stadium for you personally, for the Georgia guys, do you think?
Oh, pretty much. It's we at home. Like we don't really gotta travel but an hour or so to get to the stadium, and this is all pretty much this is our city, this is our town. And we just it just means more, especially to people that's in Georgia. They family can easily come to the game than if we going out of state or pretty much out of state. Just pretty much everything easier.
And for you, you probably drive through there. When you look at that building, are there memories every time you look at that? Is there a feeling you get when you see that stadium going by?
You always get butterflies going and just looking at the stadium, seeing the stadium, especially how huge it is now and how it glows up at night, and you just man, dang, I actually played in there. And you just have memories, flashbacks. So you being in there, being in the locker room, and all that stuff, it just gets you more amped up for the game. And it's just especially seeing the stadium on Friday and doing all these things on Saturday, it's just gonna get you butterflies. But it's the good type of butterflies that you want. Oh man, I'm just ready to play now.
You mentioned these are the games you come to Georgia to play, and what does this week feel like compared to maybe a Florida week or an Auburn week, knowing that this game is the one you pointed at all year, this game is the one that everything's on the line basically pretty much in this game?
Pretty much you pretty much got to hold every type of emotion that you got. You can't just go ahead and wear yourself out throughout the week. You can't just emotionally drain yourself. So now that I know me personally, I try to stay off of social media. I try to do all this stuff because I know the more I be on social media, the more I fall into oh man, I'm listening to all this hype, I'm listening to all this, and it get me overexcited to where it's killing me, to where I just nah man, let me go ahead and lock into what I got to do to what all this. And then especially I know now this week, for the past few weeks, we've been okay, you gotta get 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of sleep. So constantly, I'm just walking around with this little thing on my head to where, hey, I'm just ready to go sleep at any time, any moment. So it is what it is. Oh, these little things will go in my eyes. So I go ahead and I can't see no light, I can't see nothing. So I just go to sleep.
So you put on